Hello and welcome. In this tutorial we will go how to migrate a website from one server to another. The reason behind that is I found very little information on how to do it, and it seemed to be somewhat a little confusing. The information I did find was in Chinese, so you have to sit there and translate it. And while they tried to make it specifically well, it just took a little bit of trial and error to understand it. Now it actually ends up being extremely easy. What I'm doing is I'm trying to switch between DigitalOcean. While that is about $5 for one CPU, I found it to be extremely slow after a while. And what I'm moving to is this Ionis, which is cheaper, but I found that it's much faster than DigitalOcean, especially in the US. So if you're looking for something, I would suggest going with Ionis. I mean, here was, I think I was paying for this one, which was 2 CPUs, 4 gigs of RAM for $20. And what they have here is for $25, they have 4 cores, 12 gigs of RAM. And this is just so fast, extremely fast. We're running, I think, 8 websites from this super easily without ever slowing it down. All right, so with all that said, we're gonna switch here to, this is my original server. As you can see, it's running okay. The RAM is somewhat used when there's a visitor on the website. As you can see, it's jumping up and down. What we noticed is I have about 5 websites running on this. It's all the same customer, all the same websites. But definitely when it gets a few customers on site, this will get to 100%, load 100%, and then it decides to start failing. So we switch to Ionis, which is again 4 cores, 12 gigs of RAM, and I did the same installation. So the first thing to do is obviously install it, and I'll make a video about that later. But then you want to go here to the App Store, and you want to go and install exactly what you had on the previous one. And when you first install this, you get a pop-up and it's asking you to install the whole package pretty much. So in this case, the one thing you do want to install, if I go here to the second page, you're going to see this one-click migration beta. And you don't install this on the server you're receiving it to. So this is where I'm moving it. You actually install it on the server you're sending it from. So this is my server where I'm sending it from. And here it is, I need to install it. So press install and confirm, and it should just take a few seconds. Now in the meantime, I'm going to go here to my previous one, and I'm going to go into settings, and I'm going to blur out some of the stuff here. But the one thing I do want to do is I want to select the API at the top, and then I can whitelist the domain, the IP. So I'm going to copy the IP from here. And then I want to whitelist it here. Excellent. Now I'm going to copy the API secret, and I'm going to save it. And that is it on this side. So we're not going to do anything else here. We're going to go back. We're going to open our migration tool now. So press settings. So the first thing we're going to do is paste in the API here. And then we're going to put in the IP address. So we're going to go in and we're going to copy the whole list. And make sure you put it all with HTTP and also the port. Alright, so here it's saying that we're missing the PHP 7.3. So again, I apparently didn't do a good job, and I think I may have installed 7.4, and that is correct. So what I'm going to do is install here also 7.3. Alright, we're done. And that usually took a few minutes on the other server, but this one, it was pretty quick. So let's try this again. Everything looks good. So now we can see that we match everything. And then we're going to select exactly the domains that we want. So I want to migrate everything. Once the bar goes to 100%, we are ready to go, and the system has been migrated. And that is it.